Gsxr bro, you crazy mother. It is about 7 something in the morning. I don't think I've ever made a video this early. I'm on my way right now to the DA's office. What the fuck are you gonna do in the DA's office, Gsxr bro? Well, there's something that I haven't been telling you guys. I got a wheelie ticket, okay? Bam, there it is. It's out there. Technically, I mean, I thought I got a wheelie ticket, but technically I got a wheelie arrest. I wasn't recording. All I did was go to the gym. And on my way back, I decided that I was gonna do a wheelie through town like an idiot. By myself, nobody with me, nothing to do. And I think everything's fine, right? I just do a fucking wheelie.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
About a mile or something later, I'm pulling into my apartment complex. And I turn around, and this is before I had the mirror. I turn around going into my apartment complex just to do like a head check to look back and make sure I'm good. And I see an undercover car with his lights on. And I was like, fuck. So I pull over and I told the guy, I was like, wait, hold on, I can't hear you. And I take off my headphones and he's like, you know you can't do that, right? And I was like, what? And he says, you can't wear your headphones on the bike. And I was like, oh shit, my bad, I just came from the gym. Then he looks at my bike and he says to me, he's like, hey, you know you don't have mirrors either, right? You didn't see me behind you. And I was like, nah dude, my bad, this is how I got the bike, blah blah blah. I knew what he really stopped me for. And then he says, the reason I stopped you was because you did a wheelie. And I was like, okay, whatever. He asked me for my information and I didn't even have my ID on me. I take nothing to the gym now. Well, now I do. They put me through this whole thing because they couldn't find me in the system and all this bullshit. And I was like, it's fucking Gsxr bro, look it up. And then he comes up to me, he's like, you know I could take you to jail right now. I was like, yeah, whatever. And he hands me a ticket and I'm like, perfect, I got a ticket. You know, it might be in Florida, you can get like, I think it's like a $1,500 wheelie ticket. So later on, I actually take a better look at the ticket once I get home. And I figured out it was actually not a ticket, it's a written arrest because it's a criminal violation. The guy charged me with reckless driving. It's a fucking big deal, right? For doing a wheelie, goddamn. So you might say, big deal, Gsxr bro, it's a fucking ticket. Well, turns out in the system, you know, if you get arrested, whether you get put in handcuffs and put in the back of a car or whether you get a written arrest, it's the same fucking bullshit. So when I was applying for this job I told you all about, they asked me, they were like, hey, you just recently got arrested. And I was like, oh, I can explain that. Check this out, this is how lucky I got. 1, my boss rides. 2, his boss rides. And they both ride sport bikes. So I was kind of able to explain to them, you know, it wasn't reckless driving, or I mean it was, but I got that for doing a wheelie. And they understood, they were like, hey, you know, get it taken care of. And I did. I hired a lawyer, and as of right now, I'm headed to this place because the case is gonna get diverted, which basically means I'm gonna have to do some stuff, and then we're gonna pretend it never happened, which is good news, right? Man, that's a red light, buddy. I'm gonna get you a lawyer. 301, it's right here. What the this is huge. I don't even know where to park. Can I just leave my bike right there? Do you think they'll like that? Oh, he left me 1 hour and 15 minutes. What a nice guy. Oh, what a baller. Look at that right in front of the entrance. I just got this shit taken care of, guys. Well, half taken care of. I have a fine. I told you guys 170 bucks. I just paid for it. And I'm gonna have to do 15 hours community service. So I gotta go somewhere else and sign up for that and do that shit. I got the fine taken care of. Shout out to the guy that left me 1 hour on this thing. I have about 1 hour before I gotta be in work. So I'm gonna head in that direction just because, you know, just in case. But then we can kind of bullshit for a little while. So I basically get a choice as to what I can do now. I paid the fine, and then I have either 15 hours community service, which is most likely what I'm gonna do. You can do 1 hour here, 1 hour there, pick where you want to go, whatever. Or you can do a work day where you basically put on a fucking jumpsuit and look like a criminal and just work your ass off for the whole day, which might be easier because you get to knock it out. in one day, but I think they have you like pick up trash and go around town and do stuff like that. A friend of mine actually suggested that I do work at the animal shelter, which is cool because I like dogs and animals and stuff. You get to walk them and feed them and shit like that, I guess. Better than picking up some trash. 15 hours of that would be just fine. I got 2 days off a week. I can knock it out in a week or two max. So be done with that, because apparently if I don't, the case comes right back. So you guys have probably noticed that I haven't been doing as much stupid shit. Well, that's the reason why, because with this case open like that, it'd be a really dumb idea to start doing stupid shit. So obviously that is also one of the reasons why I've been thinking about getting into lot stunting, right? Because I really want to be about that life. I want to start doing some wheelies. I want to start getting good at this shit. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I honestly prefer it over, you know, the track day that I had. So I'm thinking right now that's what I want to do, but I don't want to fuck myself over either, right? So it's a good idea to work on the bike a little bit, get it ready for the lot, and take it and do it out there. So while we're on the topic of cops and wheelies and shit like that, I'm going to tell you guys about a few other experiences that I've had. Because that wasn't the only time I've been stopped for doing stupid shit. One time I got Florida Highway Patrol called on me because I decided to go the wrong way on the highway. And I didn't go the wrong way out on the road. I went the wrong way in the safety lane because one of my friend's bikes broke down. And I decided to go back and see what was up. And you know, on the highway sometimes you can't just cross the highway because there's a thing in the middle. So I went back maybe like half a mile on the safety lane, and somebody called the cops on me, and they were like, damn, there's a fucking guy going the wrong way on the road, is what they said, because the cop was like, bro, they said you were on the road. And I was like, nah, chill with that. So that was one experience. They just gave me a warning. Another time that I've gotten in trouble with the law on this bike was actually one of the first rides that I went with on these people around here in Tallahassee when I first got my gsxr. We're all out on a group ride, right? And we're stopped at a light and everybody starts revving their engines. I was like, oh cool, we're gonna take off. So I take off and come to learn that they weren't revving at each other. They were kind of taunting a cop that was behind us, and then I was, I think, the only one that didn't see him. I was off to the side. So I take off and I look back and the cop is coming after me, and I was like, fuck. And I pulled over. He comes out of his car with his taser pointed at me, and he fucking yelling at me. He's like, get on the ground. And I was like, all right. So I get down and he fucking puts me in handcuffs. And I was like, all right, this is a little excessive, but you know, I'm just a fucking new, I was the new guy at that ride, you know, not knowing what I was doing. And I take off and I get put in handcuffs. He puts me in the back of his car and he's giving me shit, you know, the whole time. He's like, you're gonna go to jail and all this. And I was like, all right. I wasn't like, all right. I was like, bro, come on, like, why the fuck are you gonna take me to jail? What did I do? And he was like, you were, you know, this is like reckless driving and racing and all that shit. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, sometimes they take it a little too far. Like, wheelie, reckless driving. Take off quick, reckless driving. The things that get bikers in trouble is a combination of doing stupid shit and bikers having a bad name, right? So bikers, you know, are known not to stop and not to, you know, fuck the police, and I don't stop for cops and all those things, and I get it. At the same time though, when you stop, they could go a little easier on you, right? What's up, dude? Fucking sheriff over there. That's gonna be a thumbnail. The sheriff. You guys know I'm not a fucking hoodlum or anything. You know, I might do wheelies here and there, but I'm not out causing trouble. I'm not out bothering anybody. And that's the point. A lot of you guys ask me when I want to get a leader bike. And the only leader bike in this world that I want is the S1000RR. Alright? So if one of you guys, you know, now that I got the P.O. box, you guys could send an S1000RR, that would be great. Okay? Actually, I'm gonna talk to BMW, get them to sponsor Two Wheel Assault. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna have the gsxr, because I'm fucking gsxr bro, and then the S1000. Yeah. Hey, you know what I want to do? One of these episodes, I want to end it just talking shit, and then it cuts off mid-sentence.
gsxr.